Hey everybody, my name is Tryhorn Rhino, and welcome to a brand new series on this channel, which is needing a name, but before I jump into that, yeah, welcome on in everybody. I am a real-life zookeeper, and outside of zookeeping and exhibit design, which is something that we're going to be able to do in a lot of our other series like Prehistoric Kingdom and eventually Planet Zoo 2, and maybe we'll mess around with a little bit of Planet Zoo 1. Something else I do in real life is a lot of wildlife photography. So I've traveled all across the country visiting zoos, state parks, national parks, and other wildlife areas in order to photograph wildlife. And so that is what this series is going to be about. We're going to be kind of taking that and bringing it into Minecraft. I know there are some other games that give you the opportunity to photograph wildlife, but in those games, you're kind of, how do I say, separated from the wildlife, right? Like you're just kind of this omnipotent presence and you have the ability to kind of go around and do whatever you want and you're not really impacted by the animals or the conditions, but that's not really true to what real wildlife photography is like. You know, you're dealing with harsh conditions, you're reading animal behavior, you're trying not to get gored by the bull bison, Yellowstone, that you're trying to get a good picture of. So yeah, and I think with some handy dandy little mods, such as the exposure mod, which is going to give us this incredible camera tool, as well as a ton of different animal mods. We're going to have the ability to photograph animals in a more dynamic environment. So yeah, we have quite a few mods downloaded that are going to help us out on our journey. This right here is kind of our starting home base structure. I went ahead and built this in creative. Like I said, I'm a zookeeper, so I don't have a ton of free time. That being said, hopefully this will be the only time in this series that I have to use creative to kind of give us a little bit of a head start, since there's a lot of gear that we're going to be using. So the main one is going to be this camera. This is going to be from the exposure mod, like I said before. It has a lot of really neat features, so if I go ahead and shift and right click, you can see we've got a spyglass attached to give us a bigger zoom, which is going to be important, especially with dangerous species. We've got a redstone lamp that's going to act as kind of like a flash feature, and so that's going to allow us to take pictures of things in darker environments. So yeah, it should be a really good time being able to try to get images of all these animals. And so just kind of showing you around the interior. Here we've got kind of the bedroom area all set up. We got some barrels and storage we'll probably end up using throughout the series. Over here is our photography room. And so you can see we've got some equipment already preset, and that way we're off to a decent start. So yeah, anyway, going back to the premise of this series is I really kind of wanted to show and talk about what it's like doing wildlife photography in real life. And I don't really enjoy filming that. I like to be able to really separate those experiences to focus on getting those pictures or having those incredible moments with wildlife. And so a way I think I could kind of talk about some of the things you need to know about for real life wildlife photography in a fun gaming setting would be through Minecraft. So we have tons of mods installed, a lot of animals, and our ultimate goal with this series is going to be to photograph a grand total of 300 unique species. And so I'm really excited in order to try to make that happen. I'm going to do this series in survival mode now that we've kind of got this basic structure set up. And with that, we'll have a couple of rules, right? And so rule number one is going to be that every species is going to be unique. And so, for example, in this village, I already saw there's some scorpions. And the mod that brings the scorpions in has several different variations of scorpions. And so if I find a desert scorpion, that's going to count as a separate species from, let's say, a forest scorpion. And we have a couple of different items here that are going to help us tell which animals are which. If you recognize these, you might have an idea of some of the mods that we've already got installed. After that, one of the other rules is going to be, like I said, I'm in survival mode, so if I'm not careful, just like in real life, and don't mind the animal's space, there's going to be a chance that I get gored by that bison, attacked by that lion, drowned by that giant squid. And so I'm going to have to be careful and really feel out the animals and the way that they've been coded. A lot of them actually have surprisingly dynamic behaviors, so that's going to be a really exciting obstacle for us to figure out. Another thing that I have in this mod set is going to be the mini map. There we go. And so this I used a little bit when trying to find an area to set up, and so that's how I got this nice little plains village. But it's also a tool that we're going to use when traversing the world. We're going to be going into as many biomes as we can in this series to find all sorts of different animals, and maybe we'll make, as the series goes on, some animals the goal for the episode, right? So maybe it'll be like trying to find a mountain biome so we can get images of a snow leopard. And yeah, in order to do that, we're going to have to do a lot of traversing, but in order to develop our pictures, we're going to have to come back to use these Lightroom blocks. And so we're going to need a way to quickly come back. That being said, I don't want to have the ability to just teleport willy-nilly. And so what we're going to do is if we want to teleport back to a location, we're going to have to create our own build there, right? So thinking maybe not quite as exquisite as this, but things like field camps, researchers' tents, and other structures of the sort you kind of see in real life at some of the different places that people go to in order to study and observe and photograph wildlife. We'll have to create one of those there. Then we can create a waypoint, just like we've got this one here, the home waypoint, in order to travel to and from some of those different sites. That way, you know, if we find a really cool, again, going to go back to snow leopard, kind of mountain biome that we want to travel back to in order to try to find different animals that spawn there, we'll have that ability, but it's still going to be a bit challenging since those structures I will not have the freedom of creative mode to put together, sadly. But yeah, we've got a couple of animals that are just hanging out right over here, and we can try to find them to get our first example. Another thing I say is we will not count any fantastical entities as animals to photograph, and so unfortunately, this handsome chap right here, not on the list. Not gonna worry about him in the slightest. And yeah, when I was trying to find a good spot to put the home base, I saw a couple of creepy crawlies. We'll see if we have the opportunity to see those. With other Minecraft challenges, you know, you've got hardcore worlds, and I'm just not good enough at Minecraft survival to be able to pull that off, especially with being distracted with trying to take pictures of the different things. Oh, we've got a jungle biome right there. Nice. And so I wanted to give myself a little bit of a chance here by just being in regular survival. That being said, keep inventory is off, and so if I got a ton of pictures in a brand new biome and recorded all these different animals, but then die, there's a chance I will lose all my progress, and then those species won't count towards our end goal of 300 species photographed. We've got a pond here. Yeah, I was thinking we would find some creepy crawlies up there, but I guess not. Let's see what we've got. Oh, there we go. We got a seal. And we'll kind of wait for him to come around, getting us a good picture. That's half the battle with wildlife photography. Oh, and there's the other half of the battle, actually remembering to put a camera roll in it. Jeez. Yeah, that is something that happens to both real-life photographers as well as apparently Minecraft photographers. I've been lucky enough to never fully forget my SD card in my camera, but I have forgotten to fully empty it out, which thankfully has never fully prevented me from getting a shot, but it has gotten close a couple times with how many pictures we have left. But yeah, there we go. So just like that, we have got our first animal down, the seal. Super cool, guys. This one looks to be from Alex's mom's, and when we get back to the base at some point in this episode, I'll have to grab that book. There's a lot of different guides. We have probably somewhere around 12 different mods that add in different real-life animals. And yeah, so it's going to be really exciting to see kind of the different takes that different mods have as far as recreating these animals in Minecraft. But a seal is a pretty good one as a first start. I was kind of worried we'd bump into maybe something a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, seals are a great first start. I've actually photographed seals in the wild in La Jolla, right by San Diego, California. So I got to photograph harbor seals out there, and they really are such a friendly species. With all wildlife, you do want to be mindful of their space, and you don't want to make them feel threatened in any way, because if it has a mouth, it can bite. But yeah, harbor seals are typically, ooh, we got a butterfly. There we go. And then again, just to make sure we know what species it is, we've got this book here, and we've got a zebra swallowtail butterfly. Awesome. And so when we go back through our images, we'll have this album system that comes with the exposure mod, so we can kind of record each day and all the different animals we spotted as we work our way towards 300. Oh, what was it saying? Yeah, seals. Super friendly animals. Again, you want to be mindful of their space. But yeah, I had a real pleasure getting up close and even swimming with them when I had put the camera up on shore. And so it was kind of neat to get the same experience, but in Minecraft. And holy smokes, that is a gorgeous sunset. Man, some of the shader and texture packs are just incredible in modern Minecraft. Anyway, we do not want to be dealing with any mobs at this point, so we're going to go ahead and use this little sleeping bag. I don't remember which mod that was from. And yeah, let's kind of keep working our way along, seeing what we can find out here today. I think for now, let's see, we'll go east. Yeah, we'll go straight east from home and see what we kind of find on this end. I also love the lighting. It's going to make it maybe a little bit more challenging to find certain things. The sharp contrast of the light and shadows make it a bit more dramatic to find stuff, but I think it'll also help us get some really gorgeous shots of some of the animals. Oh, we got maybe something over there? It's kind of hard to tell. And I think the thing I was looking at was actually the top of a bromeliad. I think I was seeing that little red top there. I think I was like, oh, maybe that's a crab, but nah, maybe not. Anyway, we are going to go ahead and work our way along. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when we find our next kind of worthwhile critter. All right, you guys, so I was just, oh, and there's more. I was just wandering back to our home base back there. Oh, hey, yeah, hi you guys. And I was coming back around to head east in that direction we kind of had set aside earlier, and then yeah, circling back, I found these guys. They look like a species of antelope for sure. We've got some females here, a big old male over there. Just from the style, I can tell these guys are going to be from the Zawa mod, and we've got Tibetan antelope. Very cool. And so because this is a sexually dimorphic species, or type of animal where the males and females look significantly different, we'll go ahead and try to get a picture of both. So now that we've got a bit of a bigger, didn't mean to do that. I am real bad at misclicking, so we are going to definitely waste a good bit of film taking pictures of animals that are looking the wrong way, that are completely hidden in the grass. There we go. That's a good picture. But when I remember what I'm doing, hopefully we can get a picture or two that's actually worth putting in our album. There we go. Get this guy with maybe the town in the background, but maybe not. He's having none of it. All right. And I'm just double checking. Yes, this is a male antelope. They look pretty friendly. They don't seem to be skittish and running away, nor do they seem to be aggressive, so that's good. And for now, I am still plenty good on food, so we don't have to worry about doing anything hectic with this little guy. That's the one thing that as the series goes on, we're going to have to find food in all the different environments. You might be noticing that little Minecraft head that is currently burning on my screen. One of the mods that we have downloaded to make it difficult is the Cold Sweat mod. Oh, whoa, I think we just found one of the coolest animals right off the bat. Hang on a second. Jump in the water, hopefully get my temperature back down. Yeah, I think we have got a big old whale shark. That is so cool. What a way to start the series. I thought the antelope was going to be the cool thing. And then we've got this guy here. What are you? Oh, that's not one to let me go. Let's try with the mob analyzer. I feel like this one's pretty good. A lemon shark. Nice. Oh, and I think a little remora. Uh-oh. So, like I was saying before with the Cold Sweat mod, You have to be very mindful of your temperature, as you will start to get things like heat stroke, which is happening right now. So I am struggling to control anything about my character right now. Oh boy. Let me see if just sitting still here, I think I can get my temperature back down. There we go. And so yeah, whatever biome that is, it is definitely hot. My gosh, I thought being in the water would help a little bit, but it is boiling out there. So yeah, maybe what we'll do first, steal some apples. That's just, it's something you do in Minecraft. You go into a village, you steal some food. Let's maybe hang out in the plains biome. It seems like it's not too hot over here. And then as it creeps a little closer to dusk, let's see if we can get back out and find our whale shark friend who I think, oh man, maybe it went back out to sea. I don't know. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, so when I was talking about want to create a, somewhat authentic wildlife photographer experience in Minecraft, part of that means, when you're photographing animals in the wild, you are definitely dealing with the temperature. Yeah, just more Tibetan antelope. And yeah, that temperature is no joke. Oh, I see a whale shark. Nice. Yeah, we'll definitely have to get a picture of that big guy. And so yeah, as we try to explore the different biomes and habitats, we are going to have to prepare for the weather because that is seriously going to be a challenge. Oh, I guess I hadn't really thought about some of the regular Minecraft mobs, but a cat is an animal for sure. And an animal I want a actual good picture of. So let's see. On right in front of our home base. Maybe we can get distracted and chase down this cat for a little bit. It's kind of hard though, because since they want to run the other way constantly, it's going to be, I think, a little challenging to get a picture of that one facing our way. But yeah, we can always come back to the cat. Let's see what we can do about that whale shark. The sun's starting to set, and so we should have a bit of an easier time. There we go. Yeah, let's see if we can go down and push it into the water to get a better picture of that big guy. For those of you who don't know, whale sharks are a super, super passive species of shark. Oh. What do we have over here? Is this the lemon shark again? It doesn't really look like it. Oh, a nurse shark. Very cool. There. Going back down. There we go. Those should be some pretty cool pictures of that nurse shark. Keep getting distracted. Here. Oh, whoa, what was that? I think we had our first encounter with a pufferfish. Oh, geez, that kind of threw me off. I haven't played Minecraft in a while. I didn't realize I could do that. Is that a mod? Huh. Oh, look at this big, beautiful fish. I think what we'll do maybe is we'll camp out, and then first thing in the morning, let's see if we can try to get a picture of that fish. Alright. Oh, wow. It feels like so many more fish are in now. So we're really going to have to zoom out for this big guy. I want to try to remember to get oxygen so we don't drown. Without any indicator, I feel like that's going to be kind of easy, unfortunately. Oh, there he goes. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that is a really well done model. We'll have a couple of whale sharks that we can encounter. And so yeah, it's just super cool to be able to have our first. And with that, oh, get some air. And we're gonna want to sprint out of this biome. Oh, and I think the water just made ourselves hotter. What the heck? Yeah, I don't know about wherever you guys are watching from, but we're in the middle of a pretty serious heat wave right now. in the Midwest. I know Europe is having a pretty rough go at it. And yeah, I've got a fan not too far away from me trying to keep me cool. And it feels like I am doing the same in Minecraft. So it's a very authentic experience. Uh, wow, that is super neat. So we just got our first full camera roll. So what we can do is we can go ahead and take that out. And yeah, let's go back to the home base, especially with how hot it is, and see how some of our first pictures showed up. Oh wow, it's got it labeled as dangerous, huh? I feel like the spyglass lies. I feel like it does not give accurate information on the a lot of the animals. But anyway, let's get back to the lab. All right, so we're back in our kind of, I guess, camera room. We're gonna have to give this room a name. But yeah, we're back in our camera room, our editing room, whatever we want to call it. We have our color film reel, 16 shots on it. What we're going to want to do is, like I said, I kind of pre-stock some of these things. And so we're going to need some redstone dust because we're going to have to make 3 different potions. Oh, I forgot about the blaze powder. Remember when I said that there wouldn't be any more creative mode? Well, oh my gosh, would you look at that blaze powder. No idea how that happened. Definitely did not use creative mode. Anyway, we're going to put the blaze powder in. There's going to be 3 potions that we're going to want to make. Those are going to be the mundane, the thick, and the awkward potion. And so those potions are going to be the 3 ingredients we need to combine with our color film in order to get a developed film. And that we can kind of throw into here to actually start to make some of our photographs. Alright, so we've got our mundane potion. Pull that away. Get our next water bottle up. Put the glowstone in. Yeah, I am so excited to see how this first batch of photos came out. I think hopefully we got some good ones with that whale shark. That I still cannot believe that's going to be one of the very first animals that we've seen on the series. I'm keeping this book and quill out, kind of try to keep track of all the animals that we see. Some of them, you know, like the whale shark, going to be very obvious when we go back through the photos. But others, you know, like the zebra swallowtail butterfly, are going to be a little bit harder to identify if we don't record in the moment. So hopefully I can keep track of that so we're not losing all these potential animal shots. Alright, and then we've got just one more potion to go. Throw that in there. Yeah, super pumped about that. Although, now that our camera used up its old color film, we're going to throw another one in. I don't really know what the difference with the high sensitivity color film is. But I guess we'll find out. That'll be interesting. I'm sure we're going to be able to test some of those out later on. Oh, and we've got all 3. Okay, so once you have all 3, what we can go ahead and do is you can just use any regular old crafting table. You'll throw in your color film with the 3 potions. Why is one of these not a potion? What did I do wrong? Oh, I think I threw in one of the potions instead of the... well, we're learning. I've said before in the Prehistoric Kingdom series, while I do enjoy video games and gaming, I don't get a ton of time to do it. And especially with all the mods in this kind of series we're going to be doing, it might take me a second to remember / learn all of the different features. But we're trying our best. There we go. So now we have our developed color film. We'll take our leftover glass bottles and we'll just throw them in there. Go fill it up later. We'll go to our Lightroom. So it requires paper, and then these are going to be the main dyes that actually get used in real color printing. And so those are all the ones you're going to need. You can drop that in there. And now, almost as if you were going through an old school film reel, you can kind of go through and look at all your images. And weirdly enough, it looks like some of them are like flipped upside down. I don't know how that happened. But we do have our seal. Oh, no, it's not flipped upside down. Never mind. It's just at a bit of a awkward angle here. I think I like that one. So we'll make that our first picture. So we'll go ahead and print that. And yeah, we're going to repeat that process a couple times, and then we'll cut to it so you guys can see what those images look like. All right, you guys, so welcome back. We have finished processing all of our pictures, and we learned some things, I'll say, about the exposure mod and what we can do to take better pictures. And so I'm glad we stuck close to home. So there's going to be one species in particular we are going to have to take another picture of. And so what we've got here is this wonderful stack of photos, and so we can kind of go through all of them. The whale shark turned out great. It's a little dark, but a really cool picture of its opening mouth like that. We got a picture of the female Tibetan antelope. Somehow the picture of the male didn't go through, so we might try that one again. We've got our zebra swallowtail butterfly and our seal from the beginning. So some of these pictures, if we have other opportunities to get new pictures of the animals, we can go ahead and do that. But there's one picture of our 5 species we saw today that did not pan out, and that was our nurse shark. So I thought the flash feature on the camera would automatically turn on since we have it attached. And so if you look here, we've got the redstone lamp. What I didn't realize is that if I go ahead and open the camera, we have to turn it on. So I have now it set to auto. It's automatically put on off mode. And so you can put it on so every picture flashes, or auto so under a certain light level it will turn on. And so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So hopefully we'll have the chance at redemption again. Yeah, and that being said, I think we're going to keep this first episode kind of short, just kind of getting our feet wet, no pun intended, with some really cool species. And so far we have crossed only 4 species off the list, but learned a lot about what it's going to take to survive in this world. And yeah, we'll go ahead and showcase the images of our animals in the album. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for dropping by, and have yourself a wonderfully wild day.